You're in a hotel room. There's a connecting door. You walk through. Your partner's standing in the doorway. You ask them to come with you. They don't move. They don't budge. They don't even blink. You wake up and think, oh my God, it was just a dream.
Okay. But you're really wrong. It wasn't a dream. It's a data stream, a forensic report on your future and the future of the relationship.
Yes.
If you ignore it, you're going to pay a tax.
We've spent 30 years stripping away the woo-woo, the spiritual fluff. We aren't here to talk about miracles. We're here to talk about the mechanics behind the apparent miracles. It's really your internal guidance system, your IGS, running 24/7, sending you warnings, blueprints, and exit strategies every single time.
So today we're doing really an autopsy on the relationship. We're going to talk about a client and a dream about a doorway, 6 months of life, money, emotional capital. He's set on fire because he refused to read the signal.
If you're tired of the blind side, if you're tired of looking back and saying, oh, I should have known, you're in the right place. Trust your gut, save your ass. Let's get into it.
She's in a hotel room, business trip, long distance relationship. Stakes are high. He's flying across the country. He's investing money, time, trying to make something actually work.
And that's when he has this dream.
Okay, so walk me through the dream.
There's a connecting door between two hotel rooms.
Okay.
He walks through the door. He's on the other side now. She's standing in the doorway.
All right.
In the doorway of her room. He asks her, simple request, come on, let's go. Come with me. She doesn't move.
Oh.
She doesn't budge. She doesn't blink. Completely locked.
So that's it?
That's the entire dream.
Wow.
He wakes up. He thinks this is random. Goes about his day.
Gotcha.
Never thinks about it again. And that's when everything changed.
And that's when you get the messages. Things start changing. You either follow it or you don't.
Yes. And this is why people dismiss prophetic dreams.
Exactly. Most people would wake up from the dream and say, what the hell? What?
That was weird. She's being stubborn in the dream. What does the door even mean?
Right.
They assign human personality traits to something that's actually a data point.
Right. That's the problem. They treat dreams and they treat them like stories instead of actual evidence, which they are.
They're not stories. They are forensic reports. Your unconscious mind has been processing information for months, maybe years at a speed your conscious brain cannot track. The dream is the subconscious filing a report. They didn't predict the future. Their nervous system already knew.
Yep.
They'd been picking up on micro signals they weren't conscious of, the tone of the emails, the body language in meetings, the energy shift, all of it at this subconscious level.
Yeah. It's expanded awareness. They're getting a bigger view. And the body knew before the brain knew. That's the deal.
The body always knows first. The dream is just the subconscious putting it into a language you can't ignore, although everyone ignores it. Symbols, because symbols bypass all the narrative your conscious mind has been telling itself and justifying.
Which is what happened with this guy, actually.
Exactly. It sure did. His conscious mind was still in the maybe phase.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll change. Maybe the timing will shift. Maybe if he bought another plane ticket. Maybe if they moved in together. But his subconscious had already mapped the trajectory. And the outcome was revealed.
He was hoping, and it showed him the ceiling, really.
Yeah, the limits of where this relationship was going. So let's examine some more evidence, shall we? Most people would look at the dream and they'd miss what's actually happening. The symbol of the door, the symbol of him crossing through, the symbol of her standing in the door frame, refusing to move. These aren't random images your brain threw together. This is forensic data.
Right. Unpack that.
Let's do it. Let's unpack it. The door represents transition, movement, a threshold.
Right.
When you cross the threshold in a dream, it means you're making a move in reality. Emotional, physical, relational, you're stepping into something new. Okay. Moving forward. He crosses through. He's made the move. He's present. He's asking her, cross the same threshold with him.
Right. Right. So, in other words, to meet him on the other side.
Yeah. To move together toward a shared future.
Right.
And she can't or she won't. But in the context of that relationship, those become the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, really, the dream is showing what?
Well, the person has a limit, a ceiling.
All right.
This is as far as this goes, and she's at the end of the road. It's not temporary. It's actually structural.
Okay. So her inability to move isn't about stubbornness or timing, actually.
No, it's about the outcome of the relationship, and it's about her capacity to move toward him, to build something together, to take that next step, to cross the threshold. It doesn't exist in this relationship. And the subconscious already knows that.
So what's the first clue that people really miss?
Well, that the dream isn't about the future, it's about the present. It's really about both. It's saying this will not happen. It's saying this is already true. The breakup wasn't coming. The limit was already there, and he wasn't conscious of it.
Right.
Nor did he really want that to be the truth.
Right. And he was about to spend 6 months finding out the hard way.
Yes, 6 months finding out the hard way. He sits down with me, he tells me the dream, and I'm listening, and I'm watching him.
And so what do you see?
I see someone who already knows. He already knows the truth. His nervous system knows. His conscious mind is still negotiating, still hoping. That's the biggest thing. People stay in hope.
Yep.
In the maybe phase.
So what do you tell him, really?
Well, I said she's not moving. This is the ceiling. This is as far as it goes. You might as well break up today.
Yep. And sometimes they can't handle the truth. That's why they haven't faced it. So people are probably really hating hearing that.
You know it. They do. They think it's cold. They think I'm being harsh.
Yep.
But here's what they don't understand. The actual decision, the harsh reality, isn't reading the dream. It's the decision to ignore it.
So what do you mean by that?
Dragging someone through 6 more months.
All right.
Half a year with half-hearted effort.
All right.
That's harsh. Spending thousands on plane tickets and dinners for a relationship that's already sunk. Now that's harsh. That's the real cruelty. And I'm offering the way out now, a clean break, the chance to grieve what was and move toward what's real.
Yeah, but really he doesn't take it.
No. He heard me and he understood, but he could not accept that consequence. Yeah. That was like to do something now based on a dream was overload.
Okay. So why though? Why?
Hope, attachment, sunk cost, the fallacy of the whole thing. He'd already invested so much. Admitting the relationship was over felt like admitting it was all wasted and like failure.
So he knew it and didn't want to accept it. He decides to try again.
Yeah, he decides to fight against everything that he already knew to prove the dream wrong, to convince her to move. And for 6 months, it becomes the entire project.
So what happens?
Everything the dream predicted happens. Every single thing.
That's really interesting, as it always does. And the writing was already there on the wall and everything outward. He knew it, but he wasn't really ready to accept the truth. And so walk me through those 6 months, month by month.
Absolutely. Okay. Month 1, he's hopeful. As we said, hope's the thing that's the problem here. He's going to try harder. Maybe she needs more commitment. Maybe he should visit her more. Maybe they should plan to move together. All these things are going on in that first month.
All right. Classic negotiation.
Yeah, nicely put. Yeah, he's trying to negotiate with a done deal. But at this point, he still thinks he can change the outcome, right?
Right. What happens in month 2?
Same dynamic, same arguments, same physical distance, right? Same emotional wall. But now he's starting to notice. Notice the wall isn't moving.
Right. The wall is the wall, and she's not budging at all. She's not moving.
No, she isn't moving, just like the dream showed him.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, is he starting to get it, starting to understand?
Oh, no, not yet.
Okay.
No, because remember, we still have 4 months to go.
All right.
So he's in the problem. So he's in problem-solving mode. Maybe they need couples therapy. Maybe the distance is the issue. Maybe they need to have a big conversation about the future.
Okay. More strategies, more attempts to convince her to cross that threshold and move.
Nice. Yes, absolutely. So now let's just fast forward to month 4, right? Month 4 hits and now something shifts. He's exhausted.
Right.
He spent thousands more, right? Because this has already been going on for 2 years. This is where he starts to feel it.
All right.
Not consciously, but he starts to know. His nervous system is preparing him. The dream showed him the landing. Now he's falling toward it.
All right. So months 5 and 6, what happens there?
He's angry. He's resentful. He's wondering if he's wasted his time.
All right.
Which obviously. And she's probably feeling the same pressure, and the resentments are the same for both of them. The relationship becomes a weight instead of a connection, instead of this fun thing that it was.
Okay. And then what?
Well, it ends.
All right.
It ends. After 6 months of the effort of knowingness, it ends, but not out of nowhere to the dream. I mean, the dream already filed the report.
Right.
The subconscious already knew. So by the time the breakup happens, you know, he's depleted.
All right.
You know, financially and emotionally. He can't trust his own gut because he ignored the clearest signal it ever sent him, that dream. So,
and he feels like he's gotten burnt now. That's why it's called a blindside tax. And it is. That's exactly what it is. You get blindsided, and that's the tax you're paying for ignoring the signals and the knowingness that you already knew.
Yes. And wow, you really said that nicely. You know, it's not just about money or time. It's what you pay when you ignore a signal from your internal guidance system. The tax isn't just the 6 months or the money he spent, the thousands. It's the ability to trust yourself.
Okay.
The next time you get a signal and act on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Explain that.
He ignored his subconscious once. He ignored one of the clearest warnings the nervous system can give, a prophetic dream, right?
All right.
Evidence in plain sight. And he ignored it. So now in the next relationship, in the next situation, his body's going to send, you know, him signals, you know, but that doubt becomes expensive over months and years and over every decision he makes after that moment. So.
Yeah. Blindside tax always gets collected. Don't forget it. So the real cost isn't the breakup.
No, it's losing faith in the one system you have that will never lie to you. Never lie to you. Your internal guidance system built on dreams and signs and your gut.
Yep.
And that's the expensive part. We're born with it 24/7. It's on.
Yeah. People don't get blindsided overnight. It's been coming and they've been warned.
Yeah. They ignore like the whispers, the hundreds of whispers until life screams at them. By then, the cost is catastrophic.
This detail changes everything because now we're talking about one relationship. We're really talking about everything.
Everything. Your career, your health, your friendships, your love life, your ability to make decisions. Yeah. All of it flows from whether you trust your own signals.
We're talking about life and staying balanced, or life and getting blindsided and the tax man's knocking on your door. It's like big difference. Okay.
And, you know, getting your ass kicked. I mean, that's why we named it Trust Your Gut, Save Your Ass. You know, here's where this matters. Listeners are sitting here thinking, am I doing this? Am I ignoring a dream? You know, what am I ignoring? And after studying thousands of dreams, signs, and gut, intuitive feelings, and relationship patterns over 3 decades, one thing is apparent. People get the warning and they negotiate.
What does that negotiation really sound like?
Well, maybe they'll change. Maybe the timing isn't right. Maybe if I try harder. Maybe if I move. Maybe if I do this thing. Maybe if they do that thing. They're trying to renegotiate with that signal that's already mapped out this destination.
Right.
And it's really already revealed, you know, the final outcome.
Right.
So
what are other warning signs like?
Well, your body tells you first. You know, you feel it in your stomach before your brain understands. You notice you're the one planning. You're the one moving towards something. You know, that person's not as active or into it as they should be. So you see these little patterns.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know, the person's unavailable. They're inconsistent. They're not crossing the threshold with you.
But your narrative is really different. Okay.
It is. Maybe it's hope. And it's not even maybe. It's hope. Everyone's in a hopeful stage after working with clients for 30 years. It's all about the hope. Hope is a good thing because hope also, you know, delivers positive outcomes. But it's the hope that really messes things up.
Right.
And keeps them in a relationship way longer, than it should be. What about breaking that cycle, Michael?
So you stop you stop treating your intuition like a guess. It's not. You start treating it like a forensic lab. When you get a signal in a dream in your body in a pattern, you take a look at it, you examine it, you ask yourself, what is this showing me about the capacity of this person or me or the situation? Not what do I hope it means? What is the data actually saying? And that's important.
And then you act on it.
Yeah, even when it's painful, especially when it's painful, because pain is the signal that sometimes it's telling you something is true and it needs to be named. It needs to be recognized. Let's come back to the fundamentals. What is this internal guidance system we keep talking about? What is it exactly?
It's your nervous system.
Okay.
Processing information at a level your conscious mind can't track.
Right.
Because it's so fast. It's your body reading micro signals.
Right.
It's your brain running pattern recognition, decades of experience. It's your subconscious, mapping trajectories before your conscious mind even knows the game has begun.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And of course, it really never is wrong.
It's never wrong. Not once, not in 30 years of studying this. The dream isn't random. The gut feeling isn't just a coincidence, and the hesitation before you say yes, that's all the data.
Yep.
Your internal guidance system, it's 100% committed to your survival and your expansion. It doesn't care about the narrative. It doesn't care about your ego. It doesn't care about hope. It just tells the truth.
Right.
24/7.
It's like quantum physics. You may not understand it, but it's always correct. So what do you do with that, really?
Well, you start paying attention. You start tracking your data. Track your signals. You ask, what are my dreams telling me? What's my body saying? What signs have I had? What's the pattern? Then, having the courage to act on it. And in the present time is best, but most people are not ready. So you track your data and you just watch and observe. Then you build your confidence. You see, oh my God, this was correct. This was correct. This was on point. Before you pay the tax, before you spend another 6 months financing a fantasy or ignore hundreds of whispers and life has to scream.
If this is resonating and if you've ignored the signals before, if you're ignoring one right now, well,
you're not alone. Okay. And you don't have to keep doing this. This is why we built the mystery school, Divine Guidance Institute. You have an internal guidance system. It runs 24/7. It doesn't sleep. It doesn't get tired. It doesn't lie. It's the only thing you have that's 100% committed to your survival and your expansion.
Stop getting blindsided. Start tracking your signals. If you're ready to stop the noise and start the calibration, join us in the 40-day state shift. We'll show you how to lock in the signals so you never get the red flag again.
You'll never miss another red flag.
Trust your gut, save your ass.